Good evening and welcome to the Templeton Board of Health meeting. It is Monday, April 28th at 7 p.m. We're starting and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And we're going to start with reviewing the minutes from March 24th. Laura, did you have time to review
I
those?
did. They look good to me, so I'll make a
Alright.
motion to accept the minutes.
Okay, so motion to accept it. All in favor? Aye. Then we'll go to the number 2, communicable disease update.
So our latest update through April 19th, there were 9 molecular tests recorded for COVID and there were 0 positive test results. I'm thinking about, it's almost time to phase this out. We'll still do a communicable
Right.
report once a month, but I'm gonna phase it out of the weekly report. And I can report on it quarterly in here.
Great.
So we're still looking at measles. In fact, I'm going to participate in a online webinar informational thing through MassDEP tomorrow.
Okay.
Massachusetts is still clear as far as cases go, but with summer travel and the spring break that just happened, Vermont, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Florida,
Yeah.
they all, Texas, they all have cases of measles. So you got to think that there's been some people traveling and that there's a good possibility that we'll start to see something happening around here. But as of right now, there are no cases. There are no further cases of pertussis, whooping cough. So that seems to have that. I don't have anything else to report on communicable disease.
Awesome. Okay. The CAP landfill inspection results from MassDEP visit on 12/12/24.
So DEP was doing inspections. They hadn't done any in a really long time. Our landfill cap is in really good condition. The grass is solid. We did replace a vent. What we do have is an issue which we will be rectifying. We've already been out there. Templeton has beaver issues.
Yes.
And the water's pretty high right now. So we've got to get that taken care of. We've hired a new trapper
Okay.
and he did a job on Dudley Road and he did an excellent job. So we're gonna have him give us an estimate for the area around the landfill cap. We're also working with Templeton Municipal Water and our DPW to clean out the swale. There is some brush growth that needs to go. And between those two departments, they believe that they can get the job done for us without a problem. So that'll cut down on cost. And the water department is willing, they have a lovely piece of equipment that will
Help with
really
that?
help.
Oh, good.
So we're gonna stay with, we mow the land cap 2 times a year
Yep.
and we're gonna stay with the same vendor for that. They do a great job. And other than that, I will be getting back to
A trend.
Mr. McQuaid
Okay.
over at MassDEP.
Okay.
He's the section chief at for Central Mass.
Okay.
Very nice man. And we will set up a timeline with him to get all of this done. And not to be transparent, we've been talking about this for a couple of years now with Mark Popham does our
Yes. Yes.
facilitating of the monitoring wells and things like that. So it's time and we have help. So we'll get it done.
Good. Awesome. And thank you to the light company and the water.
Water,
department
light,
and the light
DPW. Yeah.
DPW. That's, I appreciate the teamwork.
Yeah, we're having, it's really working out. I mean, they were very instrumental in helping on 2 areas that we cleaned up on Earth Day too.
Yeah, that was
So,
great. I said,
yep,
yes, thank you.
I
for
have no
that.
complaints.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, we always drive by where we see the beaver dams, and we're always like,
Yeah,
they look worse this year than I think they
yeah,
have in a
they've been
while.
really quick,
Yeah,
prolific.
yeah, so, all right, thank you for that update. All right, moving on to number 4, open meeting law complaint.
So back in 2022, I sent an email. I sent an email out to Richard Hanks and 3 board members on conservation and Bob Sozik with regard to an issue on State Road. So we had gotten a complaint that there was construction going on out in the wetlands, either a shed being built or something, somebody was living out there. And admittedly, I did send it to all of the conservation members. And my question was, I just wanted to let you know that we've received a notice that there is possible construction, some kind of shed on an outlot, a lot that doesn't meet zoning requirements for anything. I know that Mr. Raffaele had previously contacted the DPW building and assessor's office for information on what could be done on the property. To my knowledge, he was advised that nothing could be done. If someone could please take a look and advise what action needs to be taken or not, and let me know. I did receive an answer from Amanda Susi. She was just catching up on emails, and at that point, nobody had gone out to take a look at it. So Mr. Raffaele is referring to this particular email, and I see his point that the conservation members were on there. It was not a situation that required any kind of a vote or decision-making. I just needed to know if anybody knew about it, but I do see his point. And because of this and another situation, I have gone back and read the open meeting law to refresh myself with it. And I will be happy to send Mr. Raffaele a letter with an apology. And that's about what I can do. I've take open meeting law and ethics very seriously. And I don't want anybody thinking that I broke that open
Right.
meeting law. But I will, what I need to do is put together a letter. And I don't, this is where we're disseminating it, but it's not really a Board of Health issue. It's a development services in my role as the director. So I'm airing it here because it's the board that I have direct contact with.
Okay,
So once I put together the facts and the information in the letter, I would like you to review it for me.
okay,
And that way, when I send it out, somebody else has looked at it. And I will post this online too. When I upload everything from tonight's meeting, I will make this part of the
Okay.
documents so that people can read it. But other than that, that's all I can do. There was no intent.
right,
It was, we got a complaint, I needed follow-up, and I won't send it to more than one. I'll
member
send
at
it to
a
the
time.
chairs
Chair, okay.
next time. Just to avoid any other circumspect.
In return, though, does the chair have to speak to their members to find something out? Just, and I understand the open meeting law too, but
I don't think so. I think next time it'll just be a case of,
a notification to let them know something's going on.
yeah, just
Okay.
the chair.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
No problem, Laurie. I certainly would be happy to review that when you have it.
Okay.
Not a worry. Thank you very much for your transparency and for your honesty all the time.
Oh.
It is appreciated. All right,
I
we
feel
will,
terrible.
well, don't feel terrible. We're all human, right? So. And I know you would never do anything intentionally. Do anything like that. All right, we'll move along to number 5, the 2025 Yearly Operational Vegetation Management Plan, BERX/Pan Am Railways.
And this is
That's a
annual.
mouthful.
It is, and
Yeah.
I'll upload this to, again, with the other information,
Okay.
because there is a site that you can go to look at the more in-depth information. It has the data sheets for what they're using to fight the pesticides.
Yes, okay,
Right. Their notification is required. It actually goes to the select board office and the Board of Health. So it's a copy of the 2025 yearly operational plan, which includes material safety data sheets, a Department of Agricultural Resources approved fact sheet, and sample label for each of the herbicides is available for download on the website, http://railroad/vmp.wordpress.com/about/. Anybody who wants a hard copy can request a hard copy by contacting the office of Keith L. Morris. And notification has been sent by certified mail to the chief elected official, Board of Health, and Conservation. I believe Conservation covered it in their meeting too.
great, okay. Good information, thank you.
Welcome.
Number 6, Public Health Emergency Preparedness Representation Discussion.
I wanted to let you know at their last voting meeting, I couldn't be there. However, Phil Legere, who has been my backup and my mentor for years and years, was able to be there. And I sent a letter to Pamela at Region 2 HMCC stating that Phil and I had discussed the PHEP and that Phil could represent Templeton for that vote. But I'd like to be able to have Phil be my backup in the future too. It's just, there's so much on our plate right now that I don't always get to make these meetings. So having him as a backup helps me. And I believe that you should take a vote on that for the future.
Okay, I have no problem saying that I believe Phil can represent us if you were unavailable for Templeton.
Definitely.
So we are all in favor.
So there's a motion.
There is a
I make a
motion.
motion for
Phil,
Phil Legere.
Phil Legere to represent us if you cannot be there, Templeton.
thank you. We're all in favor.
Thank you.
I like it when I run into Phil at the grocery store.
He's a very eclectic man. I
So
just think he's a great guy. He
Yeah.
worked here for several years.
And he knows his stuff, so.
He knows his stuff, and he's very participatory and knowledgeable. And it's not often that I don't make or zoom in or whatever, but
Yeah, because
I
I get
want
all,
us to be covered.
I get all the notices, but it's when I'm at work, I can't
Right.
go on to them, and I always feel
Right.
bad because it's like someday I'm not gonna be working and I'll be able to sit in on this meeting.
They are interesting,
They are,
to
yeah.
say the least.
Yep. All right. I just wanted to say, it's not on the agenda, but thank you guys for everything you did for Earth Day. That was awesome. It's my son and my aunt's birthday, so I always go, oh, Earth Day, Earth Day to everybody.
I would suggest to people to head down to Crotty Ave. What
Yeah.
a beautiful space. You know, you can park on the road and it's off the road a little bit.
Mhm.
And it was just,
It's
we got it all
overgrown.
cleaned up,
Yeah,
and I think we should look at it differently.
well, it's funny because now I didn't grow up around here, been here for 40 years, but when we were in high school, they would go there, the track team would go there because one of the track coaches was from around here and they would go there.
It's very
And
pretty.
When I moved here, I'm like, why did you guys go there?
It's very
It's,
pretty.
yeah, it's
You should
very,
take a
very
walk
pretty.
down
I
there.
will. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Had a lot of help. Thank you to all the residents that did cleanup and we had a dumpster at the DPW and
Nice.
yep, a big one.
Yeah, I
So
bet.
anybody who picked stuff up could put it in there. Yeah,
Oh, that's
it's worked out.
awesome. All right. Thank you very much. All right, next meeting date due to Memorial Day. My suggestion would possibly be that we skip May
Okay,
unless something comes up,
okay.
then we could have an emergency meeting or whatever, but just go straight into June.
Yeah, I can look and make sure that I didn't have anything yet so far.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, because Memorial Day is the 26th, which will be our
Mhm.
meeting.
okay, I can let you know if something comes up. That is not a
Okay.
problem.
And then June, would it be the,
It would be the 4th Monday.
so it would be the 23rd?
They're sitting on top of your head, use them. Yes,
Oh,
the
the
23rd.
glasses. I'm like, what's on top of your head?
Yeah,
Okay, so,
to that point.
okay, great. So our next meeting, unless something comes up, that's an emergency, will be June 23rd, which is a Monday at 7 o'clock. And happy Memorial Day to everybody a month early. There'll be a parade, I'm sure, so we can watch the parade. All right, and
I will make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:17.
7:17,